Welcome back to Prairie Sky Farms, everyone. As you can tell, I went ahead and fast forwarded to June. There is a quick little hoeing contract over here at one of the fields that I eventually want to buy, just right across the road here. So I'll just go ahead and do that really quick, but time it advance a little bit that way maybe. Let's see if anything else pops up. Uh, I know I did not get a third episode out last week like I was hoping to, but I think from here on out, I'm most likely just gonna try to focus on 2 episodes a week in case something comes up, obviously. But that just makes things a bit easier for me. Oh, well, helps if you're clear down in the corner at the right field, the dingus. Um, the dead giveaway should have been that the crops were trying to lay it over when you win it. And this is exactly why I turned crop destruction off. Not because I don't like it. I just tend to be lazy like that. But now that I'm on the correct one, I'll just get ahead and get started. Nothing too major actually really happened last week. It's just got caught up doing other things, and then when I tried to sit down and record my stuff for the week, I kind of waited a little too long and only got 2 episodes recorded and edited because I try to do these on my weekends so that I can kind of have a little bit of extra time. It's easier for me. The first few I actually did like right after work and stuff, where I was kind of wore down just a little bit. So I think maybe stepping down to 2 episodes a week will just be a little easier for me. Won't get quite the amount of content pushed out to you guys like I'm hoping, or I was hoping, but lately things have been a little crazier at work too. Been having to kind of fill in for a guy that's no longer there. So just a little more physically taxing, and just got to the point of I'm coming home and I'm gonna relax. Otherwise, I definitely was gonna try to get an episode recorded even Thursday night so I could slap it up real quick, or schedule it so it'd release Friday. But it was just really nice being able to sit there and relax for a bit. Now to this weekend, today, I'm kind of a little bit ahead of schedule because I already got my laundry and stuff done. Didn't procrastinate near as much like last week. Of course, my niece has been home for almost a week now as well, so we aren't rushing off to go welcome her to the world like we did last week either. So unless something absolutely major happens, I should be able to get this all done fairly simply this week or this weekend. Uh, and there's our little sign. Didn't really pass a whole lot of time that way. Nothing really popped up. Uh, But since we're right over here, I'll be nice and at least use the tram lines this time. Kind of stay with a little bit of the realism, even though I never claim to do 100% realism. But field 6 here, which if I remember correctly on the actual real Elm Creek map is labeled differently. Kind of confused me there for a bit too. Not going to complain though. Yeah. And field 52, I think, are probably going to be the first two out of this line of fields that I buy when I get to that point. And I might, honestly, if we end up getting closer to that $650,000 mark, I might just go ahead and say screw it and buy one of them because that'll probably knock us down to the roughly $500,000 mark. I don't remember what those fields cost, but that would allow us to probably almost double our farm size. So that would just help create more profit in the long run. I think we'll probably buy the other field after that. Then we might start thinking about possibly upgrading combines. But yeah, plowing, spraying, stone picking, wood transport, baling. So normally I try to cut all this out for you, but if we're lucky, it'll only be a couple quick little things where we can hopefully just get a contract real quick. That one's too far away. Yep, like that one. That one's actually, honestly, the one I was hoping for. I'm not gonna lie. was gonna teleport there for a second, then I decided I was just committed to running over here. The only thing is, I think once I upgrade a combine, that barn might end up becoming storage of some sort, because a bigger combine won't fit in there, so I'll have to park a tractor and a trailer or something in there, or the roller, or even the planter. And since I can unfold the combine in motion in the game, unlike real life, I'll just go ahead and get that part done. And judging by that turn, you guys would think I was probably new to driving combines and or drunk, or both. I'm nowhere near new to driving combines virtually like this anyway. The only thing I have ever done combine wise is move one in real life. I've always been more of the fieldwork guy, but I won't really complain too much there either, because at least I'm still helping. Alrighty. We'll run over the onions. Well, I guess I'm just gonna end up running over anything or everything anyway, so. I guess I didn't tell you guys, or I don't believe I told you guys last week. I was trying to be, whoa, whoa, whoa. That's better. For some reason it didn't auto reset. I thought maybe if I went ahead and started it would do it real quick, but easy enough fix. But I kinda halfway run my own little home lab, kinda learning some of that stuff. Went to school for IT back in the ye old ancient days of 2009 to 2012. Kind of had a little, not quite year long, about 8 month hiatus from April 2011 to January 2012 before I went back and finished up. Did actually do the tech thing for a little bit. There a place called Staples. Ended up having one of my high school buddies reach out to me and say, "Hey, I bet you can make a heck of a lot more if you move back and work at this company," which was not IT related. So I did that for a while, kind of bounced around stuff. Unfortunately, January 12th of 2025, I decided to somehow stick my left arm in the PTO of a tractor while we were rolling corn. No idea how it happened. The last memory I have before realizing that, oh crap, this ain't good, was facing away from the tractor and the roller, setting the bucket down so my brother could dump it. And then I ended up facing that same direction with my head underneath the PTO shaft, my arm caught up and around, and just saw my dad running over to shut everything off and yelling at my brother to call 911 that it was mangled, and I mean, I just kind of hung out. Nothing I could have done. So I was on FMLA for about 6 months there. Did have the opportunity to apply for an IT position at the hospital that I work at because the gal that I did my internship with there eons ago reached out to me and said, "Hey, we have an opening. Go ahead and apply if you think that'd be something you enjoyed." So I interviewed, and then I decided, hey, my brother's being an absolute rock star and not charging me rent right now. And so I ended up deciding, I'm gonna use some of the FMLA money that I got in to buy some enterprise class workstations. I ended up with a Dell T7810, well, two of them actually. I did upgrade the processors in one because the first one I got before I discovered the wonderful buy now side of eBay. Now that's just more relaxing and once in a while. I did upgrade the processors in that because I think it only had whatever the Xeon E5 2620 or something like that. They're dual core machines, so you can double the amount of cores that you have. So, and then hyper-threading doubles it again, but less confusing talk now. But I upgraded to have more cores there. Well, then I came across a machine that had not quite the holy grail of processors in it, so I ended up trying to use that as a gaming rig for a little bit, which it did decent, but certain things like Red Dead Redemption 2 and stuff kind of still worked it a little too hard. It couldn't quite keep up, even though I did upgrade the power supply from the 8, was it to like the 825 or something like that, from the 650 or whatever it had in it to make sure I had plenty for that. And then I had or have a GTX 3060. I have since upgraded that machine to a 5820 and have upgraded that processor to an 8 core. And with it being a little newer and higher powered, that handles everything just fine. I just haven't really got into the recording side of those games yet. I honestly still spend more time on console than anything actually, but I dove into that. So now that I've told a 3 year long story or the background about how I kind of dove into the home lab side of things, since I'm running servers and stuff, and had it set up where I had a couple thin clients and everything as actual clients on a network and everything. I was trying to be a jerk. Was it last weekend? Yeah. Oh heck, this Lenovo M700 Tiny, the i5 or the i7 processor. It's kind of a little more sought after by the cheaper side of home labbers than me, so that they can run things like Pi-hole for ad blocking and everything. I was like, I'll run the price up a little bit. It's gonna go for probably $100. I put a max bid of, I think it was $80 on it or 85. I got stuck with it for 76. So I guess the moral of that story was don't be a jerk and try to run prices up like that, or you get stuck with it. Thankfully, it is gonna kind of allow me to do a little more experimentation. So it actually has hyper threading where instead of the 4 cores or whatever it currently has in it, they'll actually act as 8 cores because that hyper-threading allows you to double the core count. So I think I'm going to turn that into a little Proxmox machine, have Pi-hole, have, don't know if I'll put an actual VM on there or if I do a little more experimentation with something like Debian and then install tail, yeah, tail scale on that and then have my subnet router and exit node on there so I can run everything through Pi-hole on that side or what. I'm gonna do the wonderful teleport thing. I'm getting a trailer, offload that. I thought I had my audio thing fixed, which I think you guys might kind of hear a little bit of a pop here and there in it. But I don't think from everything I've reviewed, I don't think you guys actually hear the actual like delay that I hear. And I think that's solely because I'm using a Bluetooth headset. if I had my or had a wired headset plugged in, I think they say that would probably eliminate that issue that I have, just because timings get off and stuff. But yeah, like right there was a good example. And it wasn't off by a whole heck of a lot. Let's say I want to do back-to-back episodes. I actually have to close out OBS Studio for it, and I don't know what I was doing there, to be honest. But I actually have to close out OBS Studio for that timing to reset or whatever. Not a huge deal for me, you know. Gives everything a chance to kind of reset anyway. I think I was, as I've switched to my ChatLink Pro, I set that up that way I could chat with my friends and record this way at the same time because it requires two mics. Otherwise, you don't get the input on my side, you know. But I think that's probably where wired headset would work better because I could just plug the wired headset directly into my ChatLink Pro, have all that recorded, and have the game audio straight into my headset. Yeah, there was an audio skip there. Things reset or whatever. But then I don't know exactly how good of quality it is. I haven't tested it out a whole lot. But it's a Purple Panda lapel mic. That I ended up getting. It has a plenty long cord for it to reach my PC and over to me and stuff, so that's not a worry. I just might have to do a little more digging. It might not be super high quality, but somewhere I might actually have a wired headset yet. Wouldn't be surprised if I don't, because I could have honestly seen me tossing that stuff once I finally upgraded to wireless. But I just might have to do some digging, see what I come up with. That might honestly be the best route for me. So I don't think wired headsets, even if it's like a Turtle Beach that I like, are too terribly expensive. See if I can multitask and everything all at once. Wired gaming headset. I mean, you can obviously get the super expensive ones, but which for you guys, I probably should. But I'm also trying not to go broke too fast. 'Cause I'm rocking a, what's it like, Gen 2 Stealth 200, so nothing super fancy quite yet. Yeah, see, here's a Turtle Beach one. That wouldn't be, I like that brand, I trust them. Recon 50, thanks for the PS4 5, so I'd be kind of limited there. Not even 30 bucks, so I guess Razer's half decent brand as well. So there are options there. Yeah, see, there's a Turtle Beach Recon 70 for 41.94. That wouldn't be bad. I've spent more money on dumber stuff. So that might be something to think about, because then I would be getting fed the same exact audio from the game and not have to worry about the computer sending the audio back out and getting that timing delay and stuff. The downside is I would have to utilize that lapel mic, but that's why I went ahead and got it, because I'm not sitting at a desk with a microphone or anything. I mean, I could probably just sit here and play the game and talk to myself. I guess I prefer the term thinking out loud, because most of the time it's just random thoughts like what pop into my head and you guys hear anyway. I'm just trying to direct that to an audience now, because rambling is kind of my personality. So, oh, and another thing I might have to think about trying to invest in is an SD card reader, because I could have swore I plugged my knockoff GoPro Picasso or whatever it is into my computer a few weeks back after I did a short little test video, make sure it was actually working decently, because that was a $50 buy, something a person had and found out they weren't going to use it or something. I don't know. Works perfectly fine. Plugged it in, got the video off of it straight off the camera. Sat down today, plugged it in with the same exact cable, because I remember leaving the cable hooked up to the PC. That way I'd be like, oh, hey, I'll leave it here. That way I don't have to hunt down cables anymore. For some reason, it didn't want to register as a flash storage device this time, so I'll just have to, those don't cost a whole heck of a lot. If I had the micro SD to SD adapter, I'd be able to plug it right into the front of my 5820, no problem. But you think I could find the one I had 10 years ago? No. But I've also moved since then and might have said, heck, I don't use it and tossed it. I don't know. And I'll probably buy one and be digging through something and find it again. The way my luck goes. No biggie though. And a good farmer would have been paying attention to see if I could make it clear to the end row so I could offload then, or if I'm gonna have to do like I did the very first time and back up and turn around. And unfortunately, I have a feeling that this is gonna be just a smidge longer than normal because I decided to rant. Should have stuck to my original game plan, got a few rows in with rambling, then cut to close to the very end so you guys could miss all this extra boring stuff, and I just lucked out, man. Could not do that again if I tried, probably. I mean, if I pay attention, I'd probably be able to kind of figure it out. All right. Transfer or teleport. Yeah, I can tell that delay that I hear is getting ever so slightly longer, but we're almost done here. The only thing it does kind of affect once in a while is like that, where I was full bore. I turned and I thought that I needed needed to turn fast because I thought I was going to try to take out the combine. Well, that's offloading. Let's go look. Uh, yeah, it's just at the store, so that won't be too hard. And I think I have plenty of room in that. So I think I'll go ahead. I could probably get to where it cuts us off contract wise and get that last little bit in that trailer. Because there's no way in heck I'd end up even being close to full on here anyway. And I don't know how many of you guys watch clear through my videos. Honestly, doesn't really matter to me that much. Not at this stage anyway. I mean, I'd obviously like everybody watching the whole video because that means I'm doing something right, you know. Means I'm doing something right, keeping things entertaining, but I'm not expecting that to happen for quite a while just for the fact that I am kind of still learning how to do things, you know. And I know if it was a different game, I probably wouldn't ramble on quite as much about my actual personal life and stuff. It would probably be more, the actual game. I don't remember if I have Spiral Reignited on here. I know I have it on my Xbox, but I've kind of thrown around the idea of possibly switching up here very shortly, just because I am kind of getting a little more comfortable with how everything runs. Obviously, got that little bit of a audio thing that happens just like that, but just one of those things, you know. I'll eventually get, like I said, I'm gonna be perfectionist and crawl over here and get that little tiny bit that I missed earlier. Mainly because it sticks out like a sore thumb. But I think once I get that, I think the wired headset's honestly just the way to go. Then I can just listen to the sound straight through the controller. It can get recorded into OBS, and I'll just have my little lapel mic on my collar. I think that's probably going to be the best upgrade for me instead of trying to forward all the audio over from my capture card through OBS, through Windows, back to me, you know. I think that's probably just going to be the best way to do it. Oh, getting dark. I could light up the whole world. I just need those. Oh, oh, oh. Crazy driver. Don't mind me. Crazy driver. I think what I will do, just to save you guys a little bit of time, is probably go ahead and call it quits after I sell this. That way you don't have to watch me move stuff back and forth. I'll just go ahead and call this an episode because I mean it's already about 45 minutes long, way longer than I was anticipating, honestly. There we go, close enough. Someday I'll figure out some actual photo editing a little bit. That way I can make my own customized title cards too, or thumbnails. I might just goof around with that and try to figure that out tonight. Let's see, I got 5,000 extra dollars there. Dingus. Now you want to press square. So all in all, we just made $10,000. Not too bad. That's putting our $650,000 goal into reach real fast. Because I think I'll bore you guys just a little bit more. That one's 6.19. That's a 4.84 acre field. This one's at 4.65. So we might just end up trying to buy that one from Mr. David. And then this one. Try to get, because that field's 4.84. No, I was right. Field 6 first, because that's almost 5 acre field. So I think that's gonna probably be the first one we buy. But I will catch you guys in the next episode. Take care and have a good one.